Yeah, I've recently commandeered my son's PSP. I think he got it for Christmas. He doesn't play with it that often, so commandeered it for the old away trips and play a bit on that sort of on the coach, sort of when we're going to away games. I don't think anybody's at my level yet. You know, I've played against quite a few of the old Tiger Woods, but there's no real competition at the moment on the coach. So I'm waiting for some people to get up to my level before we get a good game in. First started out with Drogheda boys from under 12s to under 17s, great times, and then quite fortunate after that to be picked up while playing for, I think, Ireland under 17s against Northern Ireland under 17s to go over to Chelsea for a couple of years as apprentice. So. Well, over the last few years I've really got into reading sort of sporting autobiographies and bits and pieces like that, and one man I think who's an inspiration to a hell of a lot of people is Lance Armstrong. So you know, the courage he showed in coming back from what he came back from as an athlete, you know, you look at that and you know, you've got the utmost respect for somebody like that. So just to sort of sit down and have a chat and, you know, find out how a man like that ticks would be very, very interesting. Not really into television that much. A couple of things I watch. Prison Break, really into at the moment. Don't really want to miss an episode of that. And also Heroes, which is on BBC Two at the moment. So really those two programmes. Don't really want to get into too much more, you know. I've lost many a roommate to a box set of 24 or Lost while we've been on one of these trips. So I think I lost Shay once for about 5 days when we were in Russia. Didn't get a word out of him because he wanted to watch 24 for the whole time. So, but they're the two programmes that I'm into at the moment. Well, I've got a favourite film. I'm sort of torn between pointless and meaningless comedies that just make you chuckle, and sort of thrillers. Not into sort of horrors or. Mrs. has tried to drag me along to a few chick flicks and that, but I'll normally let her go on a Tuesday with one of her friends, so that's her sort of night out. You know, she'll go along and watch something at the cinema. So I don't know, anything that makes me laugh, really. To be honest, I'm just about to get a new iPod. My wife said that she was going to buy me a birthday present, which hasn't materialised as of yet. So I've asked for that iPod Touch, the new one that's coming out. So as of yet, I've got none on there. But you know, once I get that, hopefully I'll, you know, get a few tunes on there. At the moment, very, very varied. I mean, I like a bit of Snow Patrol. A bit of Razorlight, people like that. Obviously, sort of the Irish bits and pieces as well. Obviously, everybody, you know, most people who come in here will say they like U2. Being Irish, I mean, yes, you know, love U2 and all a bit of the folk stuff now and again, but very, very varied. Most memorable for me is probably my full debut for Ireland when we played against Australia. We won the game 2-1. We were losing 1-0, I think, after about 50 minutes. Mark Viduka scored, and we came back to score 2 late goals to win the game 2-1. Very, very proud moment for me and my family. And that was my full debut. So that's probably the one I choose. At the moment, it's Shay. Occasionally, I've shared with Colin Doyle and Wayne. The goalies normally stick together. At club level, I'd say it's normally the keepers together, but this year we've got a new German goalkeeper who wants to room with one of the other German lads, so I've been shoved from pillar to post at the moment, so I'm not too sure anybody likes me banter too much, so I keep on getting new roommates every week. So.